See, there's another reason why we're putting electrified fence up. What's going on, everybody? Matt here. We're soon to be wrapping up on this little cow pen project. I say cow pen. We're fencing in a pasture, 2.25 acre pasture here that we got horses on currently, that we're going to put some, hopefully put some wean calves on here in March. It's middle of January now. We'll see how it goes with my posting schedule. It might be February before this gets out. We'll just have to see. But real quick, before we get into today's video, let's get the intro out of the way. Alright, before we get into it, guys, if you would, I would really appreciate it, and it'd be a big help, and thank you ahead of time. But if you could like and subscribe my channel, it would mean the world to me. What I got here on the tailgate is my last 2 bags of insulators that I got to put up. There should be 50 there. I'll probably end up putting about 45 of them out when I counted posts. For this 2.25 acres, I used 7 bags of 2.5-inch, 3-inch extension insulators, and that's because I got a wood fence and it was straight when we put it in, but over a couple of years, just due to weather, it's got some warps in it, so I got them pushed off a little bit so the fence won't, or excuse me, the wire or the poly rope won't touch the fence. Now, when we get done here in a little bit, we're going to put in, I got here from Tractor Supply too, and I'm not endorsing it, it's just what I'm using because Tractor Supply's down the road, but it's power wire, premium electric fence, poly rope, and it's supposedly, and I don't know if it's true, but it has 20 times the shocking power as normal poly wire. So we'll see what happens, but this stuff's a whole lot easier, in my opinion, used than high tensile, and it's cheaper. It's going to be this is going to be an experiment whether or not I have to go back up and use a poly wire, or excuse me, use high tensile. But since we're putting it around an existing wood, putting it up on an existing wood fence, all we're really just trying to do is send a current around to keep the animals off the fence. So with that, we'll get into stringing this up once I get the rest of these insulators. Alright, so I don't know if it's going to be one of those days if the sun's going to have enough glare on there, but I apologize if it does. Alright, got my little pointer. We've got finally got all the insulators on. We're going to go ahead and sling some wire. The first thing I'm going to do is take my 2 rolls, and the reason why I got 2, because I got 2 runs, it'll be a whole lot easier to go, when I walk, go all at one time. I'm going to go ahead and unwrap one of the rolls. Take the tape off. And then I gotta find the end. Should be right there. I got the end, what I want to do is take about an arm's length, and I'm going to clip it right there. Alright, I'm going to clip about an arm's length of it of the wire, and I'm going to put it through the spool end. And this is going to do two things. One, I got me a carrying handle that'll unroll, and two, it'll keep the wire from coming off in a weird space. And I'm just going to put in a regular square knot there, and I'm going to do that the same on the other spool. Alright, now I'm going to take both spools and make sure I got them where they're not tangled. I'm going to go ahead and this first insulated here, I'm going to take them in. Now you can do several ways. You can wind them up, or you could probably braid them if you had a needle. Actually, you push it together to open it up, and you could fit this in here. And actually, it's been a while since I've braided rope, but you basically take it and go back and forth and braid it like rope. I think you also can take the other sides of it as well and braid it through. Or you can just tie a knot in it. Actually went pretty well, so it's kind of woven back on itself. I'll do something similar to it on the top, but you can, as long as you get it so it stays in this eye right here, it doesn't really matter how you do it. Make sure I'm not kinked up on my sling I made. That's that. A little impromptu on this. That one. That one. I'll whip it back in. And I'm going to go through this eye, which I probably should have done on the last one, but we'll see how it goes. But all it's doing is carrying. It's got to be enough to carry some tension on it. We'll just wrap it along that. So there's several ways you can do it. I'm just trying to take my gloves and wind it down so it'll be less of it to get hung up on an animal. So, all right, I want to go turn you around and put you in time lapse. I'm going to start stringing this fence line out. All right, I'm walking back up the fence line. So, unfortunately, my idea of using 2 pieces of the wire rope didn't work. What happened was, as it was trying to come off the spool, because there's no end pieces on the spool, it'd come around and it would kink up on my through wires that I had through the spool. So what I ended up doing was cutting them loose and go getting the ground rod that I'm going to use to put power on this to string them out. And as I got started, I didn't want to walk backwards because it's just not comfortable to me. But so I flipped it around, and then it got kinked on the ground rod. So I had to walk backwards, what I didn't want to do, and try to keep the ground rod level, and it strung on out pretty quickly, as y'all saw in the time lapse. All right, we'll throw in another couple of time lapses, and we'll get down to the end, and we'll see if we can't put a little bit of tension on this thing, and then we'll put on the charger I got for our chicken net. Since it's a 2 mile and we got a mile here, it should be enough to put a little power on this line so the horses can start to mind it. I hate to put it up and not put power on it and they not mind it. So I'll get this tripod set back up and we'll go from there. Man, it is a beautiful day, gorgeous. But I'll tell you what, it has been weird. I've been getting hot, getting cold, getting hot, getting cold. It's just been real weird trying to get the temperature right. Went around and got over to the end here. Can't see it because it's laid on the ground, but I'm about 40 feet short on both spools. So what I'm going to do is try to go around and pull my slack up and see if I got enough slack to make it that last 40 feet. If not, I think I got an old roll of the same stuff on a smaller 300-foot spool. Those were, I think, 1,300 feet, 1350s. And I need 1,400 or something like that. So that's what it's looking like. So I'm going to do another little time lapse of putting a couple of insulator, or putting the fence in a couple insulators, and then we'll get around to the end and see what it looks like. All right, everyone, well, the GoPro died on me, so all I got is my phone. Is what I'm finishing up this video on. I tell you, beautiful day. I just can't I'm either hot or cold. I can't get it right. But I'm gonna walk the field and make sure there's no poly wire up next to the boards. If I need to, I'll add an insulator, but I can't hold my phone and record it at the same time. So with that, I hope y'all have a good one, and we'll catch you next time. Hopefully we'll hear shortly. We're going to get my box off of one of the net fences and put on here, and see if we can go ahead and put some power on it and go from there. And this project's going to be just about done until I get the permanent box mounted in the barn. So with that, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and we'll catch you later. I would appreciate it, and God bless, and we'll see you later.